I'm not always up with the current trends of how our language is morphing and how different terminology is being used. And Seth told me yesterday that salt, being salty, can mean gruff, challenging, annoyed, or upset by someone else's success, in a bad mood that's taken out on others. That I guess is some sort of current, more modern piece of vernacular in this whole thing. That's not what I'm talking about at all. The apostle Paul says this in Colossians chapter 4, verse 6. He says, "Let your speech always be gracious, seasoned with salt, so that you may know how you ought to answer each person." So it's the salt that is being talked about by Jesus is this grace incarnate. It is this benefit that comes from our presence being with others. It is not this salty attitude that is the current kind of iteration of this. But we're going back to what Jesus is saying. I think I've been clear on that, but I just want to draw us back into this whole idea that we have been built by God. You have been built by God to be sprinkled in, to be on and in and among those who don't know God, those who are far from God, so that you have God's sort of seasoning, preserving, and purifying effect. That's what God has called you and made you to be. It's not like you got to be somebody else. It's just you got to be His person in that situation. And so I want to call us back to that we are intended by God to make this positive impact, to make His kingdom impact, His gospel impact on people. That doesn't mean that you're always trying to just slip in a testimony or slip in the word Jesus or the name Jesus or anything. It means that you and I are His representatives, and we're acting like it. We're serving, we're loving like Him in every situation.